All right. Let's. I'll just let you see where we're hiking today first, and then we'll come back to this. So we're just running up the long side of this valley today. So that valley runs all along here. So we're up on top of the ridge here, and way down in that valley over there is where we live, right? So I just got Rita and Grandma Tora with me today. And Rita is Kai's daughter, Kai and Karu. Tora is the mother of Kai. What do you guys think going? How's my girl? How's my girl? How's my girl? Come back with me. What are you pointing right here? Good girl. Good girl. All right. Tora, you should just stay in the video. Alright, how's my girl? How's my girl? What a good girl. Doing such a good job. This is a rock star boy. What a good dog. Oh, amazing female. Really smart. Exceptional off leash. And does an incredible job. She knows her commands. She's good. Really a smart dog. Yeah. Pays attention to the handler, really focused, very, very smart, very good dog. This is a fourth generation pup, so very extremely good dog. Now, this particular lineage, I've actually been talking about this lineage for about 16 years now, I think. And it's one of the better lines for off-leash. It's extremely good in the world. There's a lot of lineages that are very, very good in the Elkhound industry, but in terms of off-leash handler focus, this line is one of the very best. Now, when the breeders over in Finland got together and were planning to see which breeder was going to produce the male for my kennel, because they were bringing me a male, and Karu, he had an exceptional line, and he wanted to produce the male, and so that's where Karu came from, because he knew that the genetics of Karu matched up with my dogs so nice. And this pup is a pure testament to that, because, and even I have little Korea. She's older by a few weeks. She's exceptional too. But this dog, I mean, unbelievable. It's just an off-leash master. And it's just a little pup. And so what a skilled dog here. And this is out of one of the best hunting lines in the world, that Karu lineage. And of course, Kai is extremely skilled as well, that lineage. So we have a daughter of Kai and a daughter of Tika. Tika and Kai are sisters. Now, Rita is the half-sister to this dog, because she's a pup from 2 years ago that Kai had, Tora's granddaughter as well. And Kai is now bred to Karu. So we will have pups virtually identical to this. Rita is a pretty boy Leaf daughter, and so is Sage. Sage is a daughter of Tika, and Willow is Sage's sister. Willow will cycle right away too. I hope you can still see him. Tora, come back by me a little bit. Go ahead. Rita, come. Go ahead. Good. 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 When you're training a little pup in the mountains, it really pays dividends to have a mentor dog. It makes my life quite a bit easier, because they'll model that mentor. And so I do have an advantage when it comes to that, but I can solo that pup already. That pup is so good already. We could solo out here. The only reason I bring a mentor dog now is because of the bears. There's so many. So last night I had to run a couple bears out of Rose's yard there. I had Ark, they were hanging out on her deck. So I take Ark up there and we just haze them away. We don't bother them, but we just take them out of the yard. And I was there a couple nights ago too. There's a pair of them. So I imagine around supper time she'll call again. They'll be back. But it's okay. It's nothing for me to do. It's just I jog through the timber and haze them out. But this is a really, really good lineage. Now those pups coming out of Letta and Sage will be exceptional, just like this. They'll be very exceptional dogs. They're probably the best bloodline in North America right now, without any question. The pups coming, that pup as well. There's no dogs in the league of them. Tora, walk up here. Just come in the video for a minute, Tora. Tora. Rita. Good. 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 Tora, come up here. Good. Good. Now, Rita over in Finland is Karu's mother, the grandmother to this dog, so that's why I named this dog Rita. And she is a exceptional dog, almost a one-of-a-kind dog. She's a triple champion dog. Finnish bear hunting champion, Finnish moose hunting champion, and a Finnish show champion. And an exceptional female. I mean, you can see all of the traits come out in that little female, I'll tell you what. And Kai, of course, is a beautiful dog. And so look at these mosquitoes out here today. Wow. We've had some rain, right? So we got bugs. But I've been stung so many times that I'm part mosquito, part bee, so they don't even bother me anymore. They kind of just quit. So it's kind of handy. Mind you, just got bit. But yeah, we're having fun. She's a good little hiker. We like to get her up here in the mountains and just get her used to hiking. And she's an exceptional little warrior, let me tell you. And just hangs out, just never gets too rattled, just stays around, checks in. Very cool, very calm, exceptional stability. Our dogs are all very mentally stable. Of all the dogs in the world, we really got some mental stability. And we got some handler focus like you wouldn't believe. But this little girl is a flawless dog. She has no flaws. She's a rock star, that pup. So Karu, he's a top stud dog boy. So he got Tuba bred, believe it. That's Kai's sister. And Tuba has her pup, one pup. She had two, but she had one stillborn. So the other one is a male, and his name is Onyx, and he's an unbelievable dog. So he's literally the brother to this. Now Kai and Tuba are half sisters. They each got a father named Bram. Bram is just unbelievable. He's a really high-end hunting line. Yeah, incredible. Blaine and Kathy have him. They've done an incredible job with him. I had Tora was only ever bred to Bram, and every single pup that we had out of that combination was fantastic. And my only regret is I should have had one more litter out of Tora. Tora had 34 pups, but she could have had 44. She's been retired for 7 years and has trained hundreds of pups. Trained grand pups. Now she's soon to be training great-grand pups, believe it or not. Yeah, she's an exceptional trainer. So yeah, we're going to, after this video, we'll make our way through the timber here, and we'll go over to where the spring is. I know where the spring is over there, and we'll hike our way across there and give her some bush work. These openings are nice to stop and film in, but we like the tall timber because it's cooler. It's not hot today anyway. It's cloud cover and the sun is over there. We're talking almost 3 o'clock now, so it's not overly hot today. But we'll wander through the bush over to there. The border's still closed. We're still on lockdown and fighting the Wuhan virus yet and all that. So well, you're a pretty good girl. We could turn this on your grandma and go over there. That'll be better. I didn't realize it was off so far. Now, one of the things that you always want to do when you're focusing on off-leash work is almost 90% of your time is spent building the bond when you stop. When you're moving, they'll more or less move with you. But all your work for off-lead comes when you stop. And you just want to build the bond. Just stay calm, relax, let the dog chill out and let the dog get used to hanging out. Because what you want to be able to accomplish is make sure that the dog can stay when you're stopped, that it doesn't just keep moving. And so these stops are the critical point in off-leash with pup. You have to sit and build the bond with the dog, and I usually go about 15 minutes and then I move on again. And I'll hike for maybe half an hour, 15 to half an hour, and then I'll stop again. And there's a few hand signs as we're moving, and a little bit of verbal, but almost no verbal. Unless the range is getting too far, then I'll call them back, but I rarely have to worry. The range usually is never an issue. Now, as they get a little bigger, you have to work a little more on the range then, but at this age, you won't have to worry about it. They'll set at 20, 30 yards out, and that's all. They'll turn around on their own. Always remember, you have to look right at the dog when you want to command it. And it's visual, so it wants to look at you, and you want to make eye contact and work with it. And that's how the dog will learn your tone, is make sure it's looking at you. At this age, they only know a few phrases, and so you can't hardly turn them around because you can't understand what you're saying. So you wait till they're looking at you, then you give them the command. In very short order, they'll know words. But they have to tie the word to a sign. And once they got the sign and the word half a dozen times, 10 times, they understand what that word means. And you do that for a few days in a row, and they'll have that word figured out. So if it's by me, and you're doing that consistently, then pretty soon you can say by me, and they'll just hustle over. Now, I still use the sign lots, just to cement it in. But this is the behavior you want. You want this kind of behavior, just chilled out, relaxed, and just sitting calm. And feed good energy down, right? Just feed good energy down. And you have to put some calm energy down to the pup, so it's just relaxed. And that's how you get this pup to chill out here when you're stopping. The whole key with off-leash is your stops. Then the dog just kind of hangs, and it gets used to hanging out. And you move again, then you hang out. Move again, hang out. Then the dog is just not all about moving. have a much better off-leash experience if you do it that way. See, that dog is very relaxed for a small pup. Very mentally stable dog. A dream to teach a dog like that. It's instinctive. It wants to do what I want it to do. It wants to watch me, it wants to stay on me, it wants to focus with me. It likes to be in proximity. This is the dogs that we breed, this exact scenario. And phenomenal rapport you can build with a dog like this. I mean, this is a very young pup. So yeah, that pup will be almost a year old before I'll train leash work. And I won't hardly train any leash work. So yeah, I train all the leash work later. And leash work only takes, well, no time, an hour. If you have a really skilled off-leash dog. Well, they're ready to go. They got a mouthful of black dirt. They are healthy. They are happy. This soil is never been disturbed up here. This is what you call organic. This is gazillions of years old. And so whatever they get in their mouth here, boy, is good. There's been no farming, no chemicals, no pollution, no nothing. This is some of the cleanest air in the world in this zone. Not a plant, not a factory, not a industry, nothing up here. This is some seriously pure spot in the world. And nothing but trees. Clean rivers, mountain fed. You know, the spring we're going to is a glacier fed mountain spring. So there's a really high peak over. If I kept going that direction, we'd come to a high peak. It never actually thaws out up there. And it feeds an aquifer, and it comes out in this spring that we go to. Pretty phenomenal. And it never quits running. I can go there all summer. Pretty phenomenal. And we got a few of them. Tora's 11. Stout, solid, excellent shape. Hike all day, fight all night. Brutal scrapper, boy. She can tie into anybody. She is the ruler at the yard. Nobody messes with her. She is what they call a ground and pounder. If they give her any trouble, she's taking them to the ground. She can take anybody down. So yeah, this is a good crew, these two. This is really good dogs. And Tora is a very calm, stable dog, so it's a beautiful dog to train with. But yeah, you focus on those stops with your little pup, you build your bond. Don't try and turn her around. Make sure she's looking at you. And when she's looking, always use the sign to match the command. Keep the sign and the command the same. And excuse me, only train about 3 or 4 to start with. And train by me first, because that's the one you want. Look at her. Look at how sharp that dog is. Look at the mascara lines on that dog. Can you believe it? Excuse me. Yeah, so that's a pretty good dog. It's a golden ring dog too. Both these dogs are. Well, Russ, let's hit the road.